When you first open your eyes in the morning, your circulatory system is in a specific rested state. During the night, while you sleep, your heart rate slows down significantly. Your blood pressure naturally drops to its lowest point in the 24-hour cycle. This is a necessary process for your body to repair itself and for your heart muscle to rest. However, this deep state of relaxation means that when you wake up, your blood flow is moving at its slowest pace. Furthermore, your body loses water throughout the night. You lose moisture simply by breathing, and perhaps through light sweating if the room is warm. Because you have not consumed any fluids for 6 to 8 hours, your hydration levels drop. Blood is composed largely of water. When hydration levels decrease, the volume of plasma in your blood decreases slightly. This causes the blood to become slightly thicker or more viscous. Thicker blood moves more slowly through your veins and arteries. It requires more effort from your heart to pump it through the vast network of blood vessels in your body. This combination of slow movement and increased thickness creates a sluggish circulatory environment the moment you wake up. Therefore, the very first step of this 5-minute routine does not involve movement at all. It involves changing the composition of the blood itself. Before you start your day, before you engage in exercise, and even before you drink coffee or tea, you must drink a glass of warm water. Drinking water immediately upon waking addresses the issue of viscosity. When you introduce fluid into your system, your body quickly absorbs it. This fluid restores the volume of your blood plasma. As the plasma volume increases, the blood becomes less thick. It flows more easily. The resistance in your blood vessels decreases. This simple act takes the heavy workload off your heart. The temperature of the water matters. Cold water can sometimes cause the blood vessels in your stomach and esophagus to constrict or tighten. This is a natural reaction to cold. However, our goal is to open up circulation, not restrict it. Warm or room temperature water is gentle on the system. It encourages the tissues to relax. It matches the internal temperature of your body more closely, allowing for easier absorption. This first minute of your morning routine is dedicated entirely to rehydration. It is the foundational step. If you attempt to exercise or move vigorously with dehydrated, thick blood, you place unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. By drinking water first, you prepare the fluid medium that carries oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. You are physically thinning the blood to a healthy, manageable consistency. Once the water is in your system, your body begins to wake up metabolically. The fluid helps to flush out metabolic waste products that accumulated in your tissues while you slept. During sleep, your body does the work of cleaning cells and processing waste. These byproducts need to be moved out of the system. Adequate blood flow is the transportation system for this waste removal. Without enough water, the transportation system is inefficient. Understand that as we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. You may not feel thirsty when you wake up, even though your body is technically in a state of mild dehydration. Do not rely on thirst as an indicator. Make the habit of drinking water the automatic first step of your day. This simple volume expansion helps stabilize your blood pressure as you prepare to move from a lying position to a seated or standing position. Many seniors experience a drop in blood pressure when standing up quickly. This is often due to insufficient blood volume or slow circulatory reflexes. Hydrating before you stand helps mitigate this risk. It ensures there is enough fluid in the vessels to maintain pressure when gravity shifts. Once you have rehydrated, the next minute of the routine focuses on the lower extremities. This can be done while you're still sitting on the edge of your bed, or even while lying down before you sit up. The focus here is on the feet and the lower legs. The legs are the furthest point from the heart. Gravity naturally pulls blood down toward your feet. Returning that blood back up to the heart against the force of gravity is one of the most difficult tasks your circulatory system performs. To accomplish this, the body relies on a mechanism often called the second heart. This second heart is the calf muscle pump. Your heart in your chest pumps blood out to the body through the arteries. However, it does not have the power to suck the blood back up through the veins. Instead, the veins rely on the contraction of the muscles surrounding them to squeeze the blood upward. Deep inside your lower legs, the veins have one-way valves. When your calf muscles contract, they squeeze the veins. This pressure pushes the blood. The valves open to let the blood flow up toward the heart and then close to prevent it from falling back down toward the feet. This mechanical action is essential for healthy circulation. During sleep, your legs are inactive. The calf muscle pump is turned off. Blood can pool in the lower legs, leading to that feeling of heaviness or stiffness in the morning. To reactivate this system, you perform ankle pumps. Point your toes as far away from you as possible, stretching the top of the foot. Then pull your toes back toward your shins as hard as you comfortably can, stretching the calf muscle and the Achilles tendon. Repeat this motion steadily. Point and flex. Point and flex. When you pull your toes back, you are engaging the calf muscle. You are manually activating the pump. You are squeezing the deep veins in the lower leg and forcing the stagnant blood to move upward. This is a purely mechanical assistance to your circulation. It requires very little energy, but it provides a massive benefit to your veins. Perform this action for 1 full minute. The pace should be slow and rhythmic. There is no need to rush. Focus on the full range of motion. Feel the stretch in the shin when you point, and the tightness in the calf when you flex. This movement also helps to lubricate the ankle joints. Synovial fluid, which lubricates our joints, can become stiff during inactivity. Moving the joint helps to spread this fluid, making your first steps of the day more comfortable and stable, but the primary goal is blood flow. After 30 seconds of pointing and flexing, switch to ankle circles. Rotate your feet in slow, wide circles. This engages the muscles in the lower leg from different angles. It activates the muscles on the sides of the calves and shins. By varying the muscle contraction, you ensure that different veins are being compressed and emptied. This practice is particularly important for seniors who may have issues with swelling or edema in the ankles. Fluid accumulation happens when the venous return is slow. By starting the pump immediately in the morning, you prevent the fluid from settling and encourage the lymphatic system to drain excess fluid alongside the blood. Safety is key here. By doing this seated or lying down, you eliminate the risk of falling. You are waking up the legs without putting weight on them yet. You are preparing the muscles and the blood vessels for the demand of standing. You are ensuring that when you do stand up, the blood is already circulating efficiently, reducing the chance of dizziness. It is important to breathe normally while doing these ankle pumps. Do not hold your breath. Let the movement be smooth. You might feel a slight warmth generating in your lower legs. This is a positive sign. It indicates that fresh arterial blood is arriving to feed the muscles, and old venous blood is being pushed out. This simple minute of ankle work protects your veins. Over time, veins can lose their elasticity. The valves can become weaker. By consistently using the muscle pump, you support the structural integrity of the veins. You take the pressure off the valves by not letting blood pool and sit there. You are actively assisting your anatomy in doing its job. Now that we have addressed the fluid volume and the lower leg return, we move to the center of the body for the 3rd minute. Circulation is not just about the heart beating and the muscles squeezing. It is also heavily influenced by pressure changes in your chest cavity. This brings us to the respiratory pump. The respiratory pump works through the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a large dome-shaped muscle located at the bottom of your rib cage. When you inhale deeply, the diaphragm moves down. This creates more space in your chest cavity. Physically, this expansion lowers the pressure inside your chest. At the same time, the downward movement of the diaphragm increases pressure in your abdomen. This pressure difference creates a vacuum effect. It literally pulls blood from the lower body and abdomen up toward the heart. Most people breathe shallowly, especially when resting. Shallow breathing uses only the upper part of the lungs and does not engage the diaphragm fully. This means you lose the benefit of the respiratory pump. To boost blood flow in the morning, you must consciously engage deep diaphragmatic breathing. Sit up tall with your shoulders relaxed. Place one hand on your belly. As you inhale through your nose, focus on pushing your belly out against your hand. This indicates that the diaphragm is lowering properly. If only your shoulders rise, you are breathing too shallowly. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Feel the chest expand and the belly rise. This inhalation creates that negative pressure in the chest, drawing venous blood into the vena cava, the large vein that feeds the heart. Then, exhale slowly through pursed lips for a count of 6. As you exhale, the diaphragm moves back up. This increases pressure in the chest, which helps the heart pump blood out to the lungs to be oxygenated. This rhythmic pressure change acts like a second engine for your circulation. While the calf muscles push from below, the breathing pulls from above. They work in tandem to ensure blood flows smoothly against gravity. Perform this deep breathing for 1 full minute. This practice does more than just move blood. It changes the chemistry of the blood. Deep breathing ensures that the blood returning to the heart is fully oxygenated before it is sent out to the body. During sleep, oxygen levels can dip slightly, especially if you have any respiratory issues or sleep apnea. Deep, controlled breathing immediately upon waking floods the system with fresh oxygen. Oxygen is the fuel your cells need to produce energy. By increasing oxygen saturation, you are telling your brain and muscles that it is time to be alert. This type of breathing also has a calming effect on the nervous system. It helps to balance the transition from sleep to wakefulness. It prevents the sudden spike in stress hormones that can sometimes occur when waking up abruptly. By keeping the stress hormones low, you prevent your blood vessels from clamping down or constricting unnecessarily. The goal is vasodilation, the widening of the blood vessels. Stress and anxiety cause vasoconstriction, where vessels narrow and blood pressure rises. Deep, slow breathing signals safety to the body, encouraging the vessels to remain open and relaxed. This allows blood to flow freely to the extremities, warming your hands and feet. Focus entirely on the breath. In through the nose, filling the lower lungs. Out through the mouth, emptying the lungs completely. With every breath, visualize the blood moving efficiently through your body. This step bridges the gap between the mechanical movement of the legs and the metabolic needs of the organs. It ensures that the heart has a steady supply of blood coming in so it can send a steady supply of blood going out. It optimizes the efficiency of the heart's pumping action without forcing the heart to beat faster. We are improving flow through efficiency, not through speed or stress. The 4th minute involves engaging the larger muscle groups of the thighs and hips. We move from the small muscles of the calves to the large quadriceps and hamstrings. This step can be done seated on the edge of the bed or in a sturdy chair. The action is a slow, seated march. Lift one knee comfortably, lower it, and then lift the other. Alternatively, you can extend the legs straight out, straightening the knee, and then lower it. The purpose here is to demand oxygen. When large muscles work, even gently, they consume oxygen. When a muscle consumes oxygen, it produces metabolic byproducts like carbon dioxide. These local byproducts act as chemical signals. They signal the blood vessels in that specific area to open up or dilate. This process is called functional hyperemia, an increase in blood flow to active tissues. By gently working the large leg muscles, you are chemically commanding your arteries to widen. This reduces the resistance in your circulatory system. It allows blood to flow into the muscle tissue deeply. This is crucial for seniors because arteries tend to become stiffer with age. Stiffer arteries do not expand as easily, which can lead to higher blood pressure. Gentle rhythmic movement encourages the elasticity of these vessels. It warms up the arterial walls, making them more pliable. Keep the movement slow and controlled. This is not an aerobic exercise. You should not be out of breath. The goal is simply mobilization. Lift the knee, pause for a second, and lower it. This engages the hip flexors and the abdominal muscles slightly as well. The hip area often becomes tight and restricted due to sitting. Major blood vessels, including the femoral artery, pass through the hip area. Gentle marching helps to loosen the tissues around these major vessels, ensuring there are no physical restrictions to flow. If you feel stable, you can combine the knee lift with the leg extension. Lift the knee, then straighten the leg out. This engages the quadriceps muscle on the front of the thigh. The quadriceps is a large blood reservoir. Activating it drives a significant amount of circulation. Continue this for 1 minute. You are systematically waking up the lower body. First the feet, then the calves, now the thighs and hips. You are drawing blood down to the lower limbs and then pumping it back up. This creates a complete loop of circulation. This gentle activity also stimulates the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule produced by the inner lining of your blood vessels. It is a powerful vasodilator, meaning it relaxes the vessel walls. As you move rhythmically, the friction of the blood flowing against the vessel walls stimulates the release of nitric oxide. This natural chemical helps keep your blood pressure healthy and ensures good circulation throughout the day. Listen to your joints. If you have arthritis in the knees or hips, keep the range of motion small. You do not need to lift the leg high to get the benefit. Even a small lift engages the muscle and triggers the blood flow response. The key is muscle contraction, not the height of the movement. By the end of this minute, your legs should feel lighter and warmer. The stiffness that is common in the morning should be significantly reduced. You have prepared your lower body to support your weight when you eventually stand up and walk. The final minute of the routine addresses the upper body, specifically the arms, shoulders, and neck. Circulation to the head and brain is vital for preventing dizziness and maintaining balance. Tension in the neck and shoulders can restrict blood flow to the head. Sit tall. Begin by slowly rolling your shoulders forward, up toward your ears, and then back and down. Create large, slow circles. Do this for 30 seconds. Shoulder rolls release tension in the trapezius muscles. These muscles often become tight during sleep, depending on your pillow position. Tight muscles can compress the capillaries and veins in the neck area. By loosening them, you ensure a clear pathway for blood to flow to and from the brain. After 30 seconds of shoulder rolls, gently raise your arms. You do not need to reach all the way overhead if that is uncomfortable. Simply raising them to shoulder height or slightly above is sufficient. Open and close your hands as you do this. Raising the arms changes the effect of gravity on the upper extremities. Just as we pumped blood from the legs, moving the arms helps drain any fluid that may have settled in the hands and fingers during the night. Opening and closing the hands acts as a pump for the upper body, similar to the ankle pumps for the lower body. This upper body movement completes the circulatory wake-up call. You have now addressed the entire system. Hydration for the blood volume, calves for the return mechanism, breathing for the central pump, legs for vasodilation, and arms for upper body flow. This full-body approach ensures that blood pressure is distributed evenly. It prevents the blood from getting stuck in any one area. It creates a balanced system ready for the activity of the day. The key to this entire 5-minute routine is consistency. Doing this once helps for one day. Doing it every morning changes your baseline health. Circulation is a cumulative process. The more you support your veins and arteries, the healthier they remain. As we age, the margin for error in our health decreases. A younger body can tolerate dehydration or sudden movement more easily. A senior body requires a bit more preparation. This routine provides that preparation. It is a bridge between the stillness of sleep and the activity of life. By dedicating just 5 minutes to this process, you are investing in your heart health, your energy levels, and your safety. You reduce the risk of morning falls, you reduce the strain on your heart, you clear the mental fog that often comes with waking up. Remember, the feeling of energy comes from oxygen and nutrients reaching your cells. That delivery depends entirely on blood flow. If your flow is sluggish, you will feel tired. If your flow is optimized, you will feel energized. Finish the routine by taking one last deep breath. Center yourself. You are now hydrated, oxygenated, and activated. You are ready to stand up and start your day with confidence. If you know someone over 50 who could benefit from this simple, safe morning routine, share this video with them. It is a small habit that makes a big difference. And subscribe for more simple health tips designed specifically for seniors.